Mitchell. We're coming to you this week with the walls of the old city and the Jaffa Gate behind me. Against the backdrop of a pending deal over Iran's nuclear program, an unprecedented meeting took place in Washington, D.C. last week. A meeting between Israel and Saudi Arabia sent one more signal of a historic geopolitical change taking place in the Middle East. At the Council on Foreign Relations, Israel's incoming Director General of the Foreign Ministry, Dore Gold, met with Anwar Majed Eshki, his Saudi Arabian counterpart. These historic enemies sent the same message. Iran is trying to take over the Middle East, and it must be stopped. At the event, Israel and Saudi Arabia revealed they have met 5 times in the last year and a half in secret. That revelation and the rare public meeting seemed designed to send a clear message to President Obama's White House.
The Saudi message is basically President Obama listened to Prime Minister Netanyahu. The Saudis identify fully with the Israeli perception of the Iranian threat. They totally disagree with the very naive misperception of Iran by President Obama.
Iranian press TV even covered the event, and the timing of the meeting seemed planned. It fell in the shadow of the June 30th deadline for the nuclear talks in Lausanne, Switzerland, between Iran, the U.S., and 5 other world powers.
In fact, the Saudis and the Israelis are very, very concerned about President Obama being preoccupied with Lausanne, which conflicts dramatically with the reality in the Persian Gulf. In fact, the Iranians are trying to topple every single pro-American Arab regime.
Former Israeli Ambassador Yoram Ettinger says the threat Iran poses explains the change in relations.
And as far as the Saudis are concerned, Israel constitutes the most effective life insurance which they have right now in face of Iran.
While Saudi Arabia, a major Sunni power, and Israel have been enemies for decades, they both see Shiite Iran's nuclear program as a threat to their very existence. Huge differences remain between these two historic foes, but for now their alliance seems a classic example of the Middle East maxim, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Just days after Gold's revelation, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told the Herzliya conference that he knows he's often portrayed as the, quote, nuclear party pooper, but he's not alone in the region.
And it's worth noting that no one from this region, except Iran, is at the negotiating table. Somebody once said, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.